Hello and welcome to the 13th annual Pink and White tournament. We have a good matchup today versus your Nixa Lady Eagles against Hillcrest. Kale, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no information on Hillcrest, so I'm coming in blind. We'll see how we do.
Yeah, I don't either, but I do have quite a bit of information on the Lady Eagles after a hot win yesterday in Game 1 of this Pink and White tournament. Very dominant win over Central Bulldogs. I think it was like a 60-some point win. I can't remember the exact score, but it was just a complete dominant performance by the Lady Eagles. I mean, you couldn't have asked for more from the Lady Eagles yesterday, coming out Game 1 of this tournament, playing a lower seed, and not playing down to that competition that you're playing and staying at the level of basketball you play and just absolutely blowing them out of the water. And they're looking to get a big win here today against Hillcrest, and I think they'll be able to do it by a pretty good margin. I talked to some of the Lady Eagles players, and they're feeling pretty confident about this game. And that's all you could ask for.
I was about to say, this is my second game watching the Lady Eagles, so I'm excited to see how they've improved since last time I've watched, and hopefully they can win.
Yeah, so I am going to send you guys down to the PA announcer for starting lineups. Again, I'm Troy Huff alongside my partner, Kale Harris, for this Pink and White Game 2.
Today's quarterfinal matchup features the Lady Eagles from Nixa, Missouri, as they take on, from the Hill, the Hillcrest Lady Hornets. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the Lady Eagles of Nixa, Missouri. A senior at 5'6", number 10, Karis Ferguson. A 5'7" senior guard, number 11, Sealy Young. A junior 5'11" guard, number 20, Taylor Wood. A senior 5'10" forward, number 20 feet, Brooke Teeter. And 6'1" junior forward, number 30, Gwen Kubik. And now let's meet the starters for the Lady Hornets of Hillcrest. A freshman guard at 5'6", number 1, Samaya Johnson. A guard at 5'6" and a sophomore, number 10, Serenity Johnson. A sophomore guard at 5'9", number 23, Lily Moore. A senior 5'7" guard, number 24, Nevaeh Shockley. And a senior at 5'9", playing forward, number 22, Shira College.
Do you think they are sisters?
And we are back. We are ready to start some action. The Lady Eagles against the Hillcrest Hornets here in Game 2 of the Pink and White tournament. Are you ready, Kale?
I'm ready. I'm interested to see that. I think two of these girls on the Hornets are sisters, and I'm ready to see how they play together since they've known each other their whole life. Should be interesting.
Looking at this roster, there's 6 girls, or 3 pairs of 2 that all have the same last name.
Which should make good chemistry on the team, and hopefully help them
succeed in that way.
Succeed in this game.
Ferguson finds Wood down in the paint. Wood finds Teeter. Her shot's just off. Rebounded by Parlett. Shockley will take it down the court for the Hornets. Shockley looking for a pass through the double team. Teeter will jump on that ball and get it to Young. Young driving down the court now. Guarded by Johnson. She hits Wood on the wing. Back to Young. Finds Ferguson in the corner, driving. Passes it out to Young. Young driving. Out to Teeter. Teeter finds Ferguson on the wing open, and she will not take the shot. Wood now driving, loses the ball, gets it back and passes to Kubik for a nice little 2-point floater to put the Lady Eagles on the board first. Lady Eagles bringing a press, very aggressive out the gate. Johnson was trying to get around Young right there, and they will call Young for the reach-in foul.
That's one thing I know about the girls and the guys Eagles team is they both like to play aggressive, both like to play hard defense.
I mean, yeah, you gotta love that kind of play style. Very fast basketball, very aggressive.
And they both got the benches for it. So.
Yes, and there's Ferguson with a nice steal on Johnson, going in for the layup, and it's tripped up by Johnson.
That did not look good.
Yeah, that was a very awkward fall by Karis Ferguson right there, and luckily she got up, and she will get to go to the line for 2. Sanaya Johnson was the one Ferguson stole from. Ferguson's first shot is good. First and second is just off, and it looks like Gwen Kubik tipped that ball out. I couldn't really tell what happened there, Kale.
Yeah, I was kind of.
And the press break, the press from Teeter was just a little too much. Foul call on Teeter. I was so lost on that free throw call. I'm trying to recover. Moore will pass it in, finds Johnson. Johnson driving down the court, trying to get around Ferguson. Ferguson with good defense, but Johnson will try to get up a shot, and she will get fouled.
A lot of fouls early on the Nixa Eagles. Going to have to conserve some of those for hopefully later in the game if you need them.
Yes, and it's good to be aggressive, but a little too aggressive can be more harmful. Sanaya Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2. And that foul call was on Karis Ferguson. Her first shot is no good. Johnson's second is good. That puts Hillcrest Hornets on the board, 1-3. Lady Eagles trying to break the press break, and Taylor Wood gets caught up in between Johnson and Moore, and that'll be a jump ball. And now go to the Hornets.
I like to see both teams coming out in a press at the start of the game. You got to know it's going to be a action-packed game at that point because everyone's going to get steals, go back and forth. It's going to be a fast-paced game.
And Serenity Johnson was Johnson to pass that ball in. Shockley dribbling around at the top of the key, driving in, and that shot is off. Good defense by Gwen Kubik, and a great pass by Teeter to Young for the nice little layup in transition. 6 minutes left to play, 5-1 Lady Eagles. Shockley sends Young to the floor. Or that is not Shockley, that is Johnson. Serenity Johnson runs right into Celia Young, and that'll be a blocking foul on Celia Young. She did not get her feet set in time.
I was about to say, I think Young was going for the charge or just trying to get in front of her, and who was it, Johnson?
Yeah,
Johnson
Serenity
just kept
Johnson.
going, and Celia got a blocking foul.
So Sanaya Johnson will pass the ball in now to Shockley. Shockley working Teeter at the top of the key. Shockley looking somewhere to go with the ball. Finds Johnson. She's driving in. Johnson blocked by Kubik. Teeter with the rebound. Teeter is stuck in traffic. Gets the ball to Ruffin. Ruffin driving in, hits Ferguson. Ferguson now driving in, but a great steal by Johnson right there. Hornets in transition now. Moore working on Kubik, and that shot's just off. And Parlett goes up strong. Does not get the shot, but gets the foul call.
Yeah, that's a good rebound. There's 3 Eagles around her. She comes down with it, knows she can go back up and hopefully get a foul drawn, and she did just that.
I mean, especially when you're outnumbered in the paint like that, like Parlett was, you just got to go up strong right there, and you're almost guaranteed a foul call.
I must say, if not, you probably weren't getting it out either way, and you probably were not going to make it, and there's 3 of them there.
So it looks like that foul call was on Taylor Wood, and Jamira Parlett makes her first free throw. Parlett's second is good. Makes the score 5-3, Lady Eagles. Ruffin trying to break the press, finds Ferguson. Ferguson back to Ruffin. Ruffin all the way down the court to Teeter. Teeter to Kubik in the paint. Kubik with a cutting Wood, and that's an easy 2 points for the Lady Eagles.
I would say the Eagles did a really good job of breaking the press that time, but this Hornets press has been pretty good for the start of this game.
Yes, and Moore finds herself open in the corner, just off. Now Teeter on the fast break slows it up and picks up her dribble. Wood will now bring the ball down for the Lady Eagles. Hits a cutting Ferguson. She dribbles out. And it looks like a foul on Nevaeh Shockley.
I'd say she just got a little too handsy on Ferguson right there. Drew the foul call.
Ferguson will be the inbounder. Looking for someone, throws it up to Ruffin, but intercepted by Johnson. Johnson working a 1-on-2 now. Blazes by Kubik, but Kubik comes back with the block over her head.
I'm about to say, I wish we had stats, but we do not, because I know Kubik has a lot of blocks on this season already.
I mean, yeah, and with Sanaya Johnson only being 5'6", and I don't know exactly how tall Gwen Kubik is, but I know she's well over 6 foot.
Well over.
So, I mean, that's just an easy
teams,
block for Kubik.
I feel like most teams just aren't used to someone being that big inside the paint. So they just go up and they don't expect her to be there.
I couldn't agree more. And that was a great play by Taylor Wood over Johnson's head, but just couldn't finish with the layup. And they will call a reach-in foul on Taylor Wood, trying to get the ball out from behind Johnson.
If this game stays this close, these fouls might come back to bite the Eagles.
Well, Hillcrest is already in bonus.
I'm about to say, I get that we're rotating and we have a lot of people that can get fouls and will still be good. But if you want your starters in at the end of the game, they might have a lot of fouls on them already.
Johnson's first free throw is no good. And the Hornets are kind of struggling or a few players on the Hornets are kind of struggling at the free throw line, which could ultimately be the difference of this game.
Yeah, a lot of games I've been to at the Blue. I've been at the Blue and Gold for the past 2 days, and there's been a lot of games, close games, that have came down to free throws.
And Johnson sinks her second free throw. Nash driving down to break the press, and is just going to break it herself. Hits Teeter in the corner for 3. Short. Rebounded by Parlett. Parlett passes it up to Johnson. Johnson driving on 2 or 3 defenders and just off on that layup. The other Johnson tries to get the rebound and couldn't hold on. Teeter now has the ball up top. Teeter's driving, passes it to Kubik. Kubik with a little floater, did not go in. Rebounded by Parlett. Great job by Parlett. Very aggressive on the defensive rebounds. Moore is now working Ferguson. Passes it out to number 12, who tries to hit Parlett, but intercepted by Gwen Kubik. Ferguson will now take the ball down for the Lady Eagles. Ruffin in the corner, and she steps out trying to drive behind the basket and get a nice pass to Nash.
I would say that was really good defense, not getting her too much, but just pressing her enough to get her to step out of bounds on that drive.
Sanaya Johnson will now pass the ball in. Moore will bring it down the court. And they throw it long to Serenity Johnson, but she cannot get under that ball in time. Addie Ruffin will now pass the ball in for the Lady Eagles. Finds Ferguson. Passes it up to Nash. Nash back to Ferguson. Finds Ruffin. Ruffin getting double teamed with no help. And that's a jump ball.
I'm about to say this Hillcrest, when they get a trap going, it is almost unstoppable to get out of.
A great job by Hillcrest right there, getting Addie Ruffin trapped on that wing. And that's not even like she's trapped in the corner. She was trapped on the top of the wing.
I'm about to say, even in their press defense, they've gotten a couple turnovers by just double teaming, and it seems to work for them. They don't foul when they do it. They get a lot of turnovers.
And the Eagles do get the ball from that jump ball. And Kennedy Nash, dribbling around at the top of the key, gets fouled. And the crowd from the Hornets did not like that one.
I mean, her hands were up, but she was like nudging her with her hip a little bit there. So that's what they kind of called.
Yeah, and that's 2 fouls now for Sanaya Johnson. So she will go to the bench. Addie Ruffin passes it in to Nash up top. Nash finds Ferguson. Ferguson to Ruffin on the wing. Ruffin dribbling around. Almost trapped. Finds an open Nash for 3. And no good. Rebounded by Ruffin. She puts it right back up. Miss. Another shot by Ferguson. Was a miss. But she did get fouled.
See, that's the thing with Hillcrest double teams. They double teamed on Ruffin, and it led to a wide open take for Nash. Yeah, but I mean, if you can get it off quick, you're going to get a lot of wide open looks with this double team that Hillcrest is doing.
Ferguson's first free throw is good. And her second is just off. About 6 bounces till it decided it didn't want to go in. Shockley now trying to go through triple team Eagles and makes it. That's an impressive shot. Drives right through Gwen Kubik, Addie Ruffin, and Ferguson, I'm pretty sure. And somehow gets that layup. And now Nash is trapped at the wing. Tries to get to Ferguson, and Ferguson makes a bad pass. And that's another jump ball, and that will go for the Hornets.
I feel like this game is going to be close to the end here, Troy.
I mean, at this point it is. The Lady Eagles can't get out of this defense. They're not making smart passes, smart shots.
But on the other end, Eagles getting blocks left and right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big defensive battle right now. I think the Lady Eagles would be up quite a bit more than just 2 if they would just make their shots.
Which, I mean, every team's going to have their lows in a game. Hopefully, later in the game, they'll start heating up a little bit.
Shockley tries to find Parlett, which is broken up by Teeter. Great defense there. And that'll be out on Teeter. Again, Nixa has a 2-point lead right now, 8-6 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first period. Shockley passing in, finds Moore at the top of the key. Moore driving, working on Ferguson, passes it to Shockley on the wing. Shockley slowing the roll of this offense. Passes it over to Summers. Summers to Parlett. Parlett dribbling around, finds Shockley. Shockley will now make a move to get inside the paint. And she's trapped in between Gwen and Teeter, and they will call a jump ball.
I liked that decision by Hillcrest to slow down, try to get a shot, looking to tie the game. It's been fast-paced the whole time.
I mean, I thought it was just great defense in the end by the Lady Eagles. Hornets were doing what they needed to do to slow that offense down, but the Lady Eagles just got a trap on Parlett, and it's hard to get out of those traps.
I was about to say, like we've seen already in this game, hard to get out of the traps from both teams.
So it looks like the Hillcrest Hornets will now call a timeout with 1:43 left, down by 2. We will be back after this short break. And we are back after that timeout. The Lady Eagles now have the ball. Ruffin up top, finds an open Nash, and she does not take the look, but Ferguson will take the open look, and that is good for 3. Ferguson makes the lead 11-6 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in this first period. Shockley driving, blocked by Kubik, but they will call a foul on Kubik right there. What do you think, Kale? I didn't think she got much of her hand, but I couldn't really tell from here.
I'm going to be honest. I'm just now looking at the game. I had to go back and start running the camera. We got told it was hard to see. Sorry at home for the people trying to watch, and it was really zoomed out.
So Shockley will now go to the line to shoot some free throws. Her first one is good. How's the view?
Kind of hard. We'll see how it goes.
Nevaeh Shockley at the line to shoot her second. Her second is just short, rebounded by Ferguson. Ferguson will now push it down the court to Ruffin. Ruffin driving, passes it back to Teeter in the paint, and her shot is off. Great job by Kubik, but kind of just throws it out and finds Summers.
I was going to say, I think Kubik just was like, I'm assuming one of my teammates is going to be out there.
I mean, yeah, Kubik didn't even look or anything. She just kind of like hot potato almost. Just got rid of that thing as fast as she could.
Didn't want to come down with it, I guess. She was a little off balance. I'll give her that.
Yeah. Parlett for 3. No good. Ferguson with the rebound. Ferguson driving down the court. Hits Teeter. Teeter out to Nash. Doesn't take the look. But Nash throws it right into Shockley's hands. Nash playing very aggressive defense now. And she will be called for a foul.
I think Nash just wanted that ball back after turning it over. Is what
Yeah,
I kind of got there.
I mean, you could tell once she gave that pass away, she got very aggressive, very up on Shockley. And she just really needed to pull back right there.
Let's say she just needed to let the team get down the court, hopefully get another stop or a block, and then go back down.
Well, that foul from all the way on the other side of the court will now bring Shockley to the free throw line, and her first free throw is good. Nevaeh Shockley at the line to shoot her second. So far, Nevaeh Shockley has been drilling her free throws. So,
and that's what's keeping them in it right now. They've shot in a lot of free throws.
Yes, and her second is good. And it looks like number 32, Alyssa Bryson, will check in.
Am I mistaken, or is that the first sub for Hillcrest? No, that's not. I lied.
Summers checked in. Ruffin driving down the court, trying to break the press, and they will call her for a double dribble. The Lady Eagles are just self-destructing right now in the end of this last minute of the first period. I mean, they're only hurting themselves, yeah.
Normally this girls Eagles team is really good in transition, so they need to get more of those transition layups that they have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. 20 seconds left. Lady Eagles 11, Hillcrest Hornets 9. Shockley driving off the top of the backboard. Not the best shot. Ferguson will now rebound again. Many rebounds by Ferguson. She's driving, and now bounce off her own foot.
She was getting heavily contested by 2 people down the whole
Yes,
court.
heavily guarded. I think right there you just need to slow it down.
Let's say I think they try to get those transition layups too much sometimes.
6.8 seconds left. Shockley bringing it down the court. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shockley step back 3 is blocked by Ferguson. And that block by Ferguson will keep the game to 11-9. Lady Eagles will lead by 2. I mean, a very fast-paced first half, really a really defensive first period right there. A little offensive action, but I'd say it was more defense than anything. Wouldn't you say, Kale?
It was a really defensive first quarter. I'll be excited to see this, how the rest of it plays out. If they come out of halftime both slow down a little bit, or if they both just keep up the pace the whole game.
I mean, my guess is they're both going to come out very aggressive in the second period, but then I think after the half they might slow it down because those girls can only take so much running. Like, I feel like if you're pressing the whole game and doing transition after transition, fast breaks, that gets tiring running up and down the court, and that can ultimately lead to burning out some of your players, which you'd rather just slow down and play some, like, nice basketball pass cut, get open looks by the passes you're making instead of in transition.
Like you're saying, actually, like slow it down and run some plays,
Yes.
not just try to get transition layups.
Yes, and I can see the Lady Eagles doing that in the second half, or even the Hornets, because they can really only take so much running. I mean, no one can run for that long of a basketball game.
They start running, they start getting tired. Shots get more fatigued. Your shots are just going to ultimately end up being worse shots because you're so tired.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we see the Hornets still aggressive coming out of the first period, which I'm not surprised. I think both teams will keep it on each other for at least this first half. Wood at the top of the key gets it to Young. Young is now working Summers at the top of the key. Finds Teeter, and her shot is just off. Great rebound there by Bryson. Finds Moore. Moore driving on Young. Moore will be wide open for a jump shot and banks that in. Tie game here at the Drury Complex in the pink and white tournament. Young working at the top of the key, finds Wood. Wood pump fakes and tries to drive around Moore, but will end up passing it to Kubik. Kubik finds an open Ferguson, just off. Great rebound by Kubik, back out to Wood. Wood finds Young for three, just off. Another rebound by Kubik, and there's another instance where Kubik just kind of threw it without looking.
I was going to say, she just kind of throws it at a body sometimes, which sometimes it's our guy, sometimes it's not.
I mean, yeah, I think she just takes a quick glance. If someone's over there, throw it. But nothing harmed by that because the Lady Eagles got the ball back. Young down, trapped in the corner, finds Wood. Wood driving for two, and she gets it with the and one.
Yeah, really,
great job by Wood right there, getting the and one.
I would say, way to go up strong, finish the layup. Hopefully a three-point play here to get them up by three.
Wood looking to execute for the 3 points to give them a 3-point lead. And great body control there by Wood, driving in between two of the Hornets defenders and still somehow getting that shot to go in.
How about say having the spatial awareness to get through them and then also finish it is really impressive.
And Wood makes it a 3-point play. 14-11 Lady Eagles. Johnson driving down the court. Passes it over to Summers. Johnson inside to Moore. Moore will drive. Very aggressive drive and gets the block call on her shot.
Wood's feet were just moving a little too much right there. I think if she stood still the whole time, she could have got the charge. But she kind of got a little scared, I think, maybe, and moved her feet at the last second.
Moore will now go to the line to shoot two. That'll be 3 fouls on Taylor Wood so far in this game. And Moore's first shot will be good. Now we see Gwen Kubik check in for Taylor Wood. I mean, that's something you don't want to see as a coach, as one of your starters with 3 fouls before even half.
But say most of the time you're going to need those late in a good game, late in a close game.
And I think it's a good idea to bench Taylor Wood for now so you can have her later in the game because she is a very valuable player. Moore will make her second, cutting the lead down to only 1. Lady Eagles looking to extend it here. Ferguson and Young are breaking the press. Young breaks it, driving through 2 Hornets, finds Kubik. Kubik throws it up to Ferguson. Ferguson out to Ruffin. Ruffin looking to drive, and they will call her for a travel.
What is that, second?
There's another turnover by the Lady Eagles.
I won't say it's.
They just have to minimize those mistakes.
I think the turnovers in this game are a indication of the level of defense that's being played on both sides.
Moore has it at the wing, making a spin move on Young. And I don't know about that call. What do you think, Kale?
I think she got mostly ball, but anytime there's a block like that, it's going to be a questionable call. It's going to be up to the ref ultimately.
It was a great move by Lily Moore to shake off Young, a nice spin move to her arm side, but then Kubik's there to save the day until they called a foul. And Moore will miss her first free throw, leaving the game to a 1-point game. Looking to tie it here with her second free throw.
I'd say free throws are going to be a big part in this game.
Moore's second free throw is good. So that ties it up. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in this first half. Rough into Ferguson. Ferguson breaking the press, driving down. Finds Teeter in the paint. She passes it to Kubik, fumbled away to Ferguson. Young for three, and it's no good. Rebounded by Parlett. Moore will bring down the ball. And great defense by Karis Ferguson right there. Breaking up the pass from Moore to Johnson. Sanaya Johnson will now pass it in. She'll hit Lily Moore at the top. Lily Moore finds Summers. Summers trying to find something to do with the ball on the wing. Just passes it right back to Moore. Summers looking for the three but does not shoot it. And a pass by Summers goes backcourt. And they don't call a backcourt violation. I did not see a tip there, Kale. Did you?
No, I did not. And I cannot multitask. I'm starting to realize.
And there is 2 points for the Hornets. Coach Talbert is not happy with that call, and I wouldn't either. Summers throws it to the back, passes half court, and they're trying to say someone tipped it. And we got an interesting crowd here, Kale.
Fans
they're
are
all
asking to tear up.
Yeah, they're
Fans
all
want her
yelling
to
for a
get
technical, and Talbert's just trying to argue her side. Nothing crazy was said. Nothing. No emotions were.
You could see that she was visibly angry, but I don't think she was yelling at the refs too intensely to draw anything. But the
Yeah, I
fans
mean,
obviously thought she was.
Which I cannot blame her for trying to argue with that call. I didn't see the tip. And
Yeah, every coach is going to be opinionated on a call, but it's just how you handle it.
it almost looked like Moore didn't want to pick, or it was Moore or Parlett didn't want to pick that ball up past half court because of the violation, but still did it because the coach was yelling to.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Yeah.
I think as a coach, you would rather have them call a backcourt violation than let that ball just roll down.
I agreed.
So now the Lady Eagles are trailing by 2 to the Hillcrest Hornets with 4 minutes and 53 seconds in the first half. It will be the Lady Eagles ball. Addie Ruffin will now pass it in.
First time this game, Lady Eagles have been down. Let's see how they try to dig out of it.
Lady Eagles looking to break the press here of the Hornets. Ferguson finds Young, and Johnson will come up behind Young and give her a little body bump, and that'll be enough to call a foul. Now, I'm pretty sure that's her third foul, yeah. Sanaya Johnson's third foul of the game. And that's a starter from both teams with 3 fouls.
That's their head point guard. That might affect them later in the stretch with the press that Nixa brings.
Yes, you could tell Sanaya Johnson is a leader on this Hornets team, bringing down the ball every time and making great passes, getting her teammates open. So that could be a big loss if she ends up fouling out. Teeter driving in between many defenders and will not get the shot to go. But a great job by Young. Serenity Johnson got that rebound, but Young comes up behind her and makes it a jump ball.
Eagles out of the press.
Very aggressive play by Celia Young paid off.
Eagles drop out of the press, go to a 3-2 zone. Let's see how this works.
I mean, I think I like this play because they haven't shot much from beyond the arc. So
I'd like to give them pressure inside.
Yes, I'd like to see them from the arc. Gwen Kubik with a nice rebound off a very contested shot in the paint. Teeter now dribbling the ball. Ferguson wide open for 3, and it's far. Shockley with a great rebound and gets it to Serenity Johnson. Johnson is bringing down the ball. Passes it out to Moore. Here's a three from the Hornets, and it's good.
That's that behind-the-arc shooting you were asking to see.
And there is what we haven't seen, but it is there. Great shot by Moore right there, making it a 5-point game. Ruffin will try to answer back for three, and it's far, but Shockley could not catch the ball, and that will go out of bounds.
I was about to say, went off her foot, kicked it out of bounds.
And that would have been just an easy rebound by Shockley, but she could
As
not
of
catch
right
it.
now, I feel like the Hornets have all the momentum.
Celia Young for three. Good.
Never mind. I was about to say, Eagles cannot make a shot right now.
Great inbound pass by Karis Ferguson, seeing Celia Young right in the corner for the open three, cutting the lead down to 2. Shockley driving, and they will call a foul on Young.
That's her second, maybe?
And if you remember, we watched the game before this, Republic and Rogersville. These refs will call lots of fouls.
I would say they don't want an aggressive game. They want a very, like, I don't know how to
Clean,
word that.
like,
Clean,
yes.
non-chippy game.
So this is not really anything new with the refs with how many fouls are being called. Summers will get the ball from the inbound. Shockley working on Teeter. Great defense by Teeter. Passes it out to Serenity Johnson. Serenity Johnson thinking about shooting it in Ruffin's face, but doesn't. Finds Moore. Moore swings it to Shockley. Shockley on the wing. Working on Nash. Shockley with a little pull-through jumper, and somehow gets it to fall off the bank.
If there's glass there, why not use it?
Ruffin trying to break the press, passes it up to Ferguson, back to Ruffin. Ruffin working on Johnson, and a risky pass makes it to Ferguson. Ferguson drives in for a little floater, rebounds her own shot. Ferguson will get fouled on the putback, and that'll be 2 shots for Ferguson at the line.
Eagles need these free throws to go in. Down 4.
2 minutes and 52 seconds left in this first half. Very great first half of basketball so far. We'll now see Karis Ferguson shoot her first, and it is just off.
You really need at least one of these to go in right here so you can get it to a 1-possession game.
Ferguson is good for 2. Karis Ferguson makes 1 of her 2 free throws to cut it down to a 3-point lead. Moore at the top with the ball, finds Johnson inside, and that'll be a jump ball. And that'll be Lady Eagles ball. Great job by Nash jumping on that ball, and Johnson will make it a jump ball.
Hornets still in the press with the lead. I like to see that, actually. They
I mean,
know how quick this lead can change.
If it's working, it's working. Inbound from Ruffin goes to Nash. Nash is going to drive and break the press herself. Working through 2, kind of loses the ball, but they do give her a foul call. Ruffin will now get to inbound the ball. Finds Nash at the top, around the volleyball line. Nash hands it off to Ruffin. Ruffin working on Summers. Great defense by Caitlin Summers. Ferguson to Kubik, back to Ferguson, a little floater, just off, and a late foul call.
I don't think that was late. I think she shoved. They called the shove on her when she pushed her out of bounds a little bit right there.
Oh, so, okay. I see what you're
saying. She got
saying.
the rebound, and Kubik kind of nudged her from behind and knocked her out of bounds.
Yeah, I just kind of saw Shockley falling out of bounds already. Gwen Kubik now has 3 fouls. This is not looking good for the Lady Eagles on their foul counts. 2 minutes left to play. About 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Summers on the wing with it, passes it up to Moore. Moore working on Nash. Good defense by Nash. Summers now just taking the ball up top, slowing it down, taking some time off the clock. Summers now with the, or Moore now with the ball, passes it to Johnson. Johnson driving in. Her layup is off the under part of the backboard, but Parlett will put it in for 2 after.
I say getting the lead, slowing the game down with the lead was a really good coaching decision right there, because he knows that the Eagles can catch fire at any moment.
And Teeter with a floater is too far. And that foul will be on Cora Kubik, the other Kubik. And that'll be her first. So I missed it, but Cora Kubik did check in for Gwen Kubik once she got her 3rd foul. And it looks like Hornets are now in bonus again. So that foul from Cora Kubik will send Nevaeh Shockley to the line to shoot 2.
I don't know if it's just this gym, but these fans sound loud when something happens.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a loud gym or what, but they do. All the, like even just a free throw, it sounds loud.
and her first shot is good. Nevaeh Shockley's second free throw. We will see Isabella Marsh check in the game for Cora Kubik. Nevaeh Shockley is 1 for 1. And she'll make it 1 for 2 with a short free throw. Ferguson with the rebound. Karis Ferguson with quite a bit of rebounds, wouldn't you say, Kale?
Yeah, for being a point guard, she's getting quite a bit of rebounds.
Very impressive there.
Which that has to do with Brooke having more size blocking out to help Marsh blocking right there, boxing out.
And
really helps her get those rebounds.
Kennedy Nash's 3 was no good, and the putback by Brooke Teeter was no good. So now Brooke is driving in and kicks it out to Nash. Nash is now driving in and misses again. Multiple misses. Great save by Isabella Marsh, diving out of bounds. And now Moore has a breakaway layup, and she will make it. Ferguson trying to cut her off and could not.
Eagles need something here. This game's it's starting to get out of hand. That's late in the second half.
Ruffin up top with the ball, passes it to Ferguson. 15 seconds left in this first half. Lady Eagles need to get a shot here, need to sink a shot. Ferguson driving, finds Isabella Marsh in the paint, and there we go. 2 points, Isabella Marsh. 3 seconds left, 2, 1, 20-26, unless this is good, and it is not.
I'll tell you what, the Hillcrest fans are electric right now. They had a hold, every single fan had a defense chant going. It's fun to watch this Hillcrest fans interact with the team.
And I'm interested to see what Talbert has to say to the team coming out of that first half. They are trailing by 6. Hillcrest Hornets 26, Nixa Lady Eagles 20. I mean, I think that half, the Lady Eagles kind of, I wouldn't say gave it to the Hornets. I don't know the right word for it, but definitely beat themselves up in that first half because many turnovers, just silly mistakes, and then not executing on some shots that should have easily gone in, like a few putbacks, a few threes even were wide open. They just got to execute on those shots, and they will be right back in this game.
You said it during the game. They were self-exploding on themselves during the end of that little stretch right there, because they could not get a shot to fall, which that's going to come hopefully later in the game. Shots will fall, hopefully. But on defense, you can't keep fouling. That's going to cost them, because they were in bonus basically that whole time. So any foul they got to shoot free throws, and they capitalized on them, and that's, I think, what kept Hillcrest ahead in this game.
I mean, yeah, and that the drive that the Lady Eagles had leading to the Moore fast break layup, I think they might have missed 5 to 7 shots. Like, whether it was a 3, whether it was in the paint, anything. They just need to make these shots.
Is going to be important in the second half. But I also feel like, what do you think Talbert's going to say in that locker room? You think she's going to tell them keep the press up, get stops, or dial it back a little bit and try to get blocks or little chip pokes?
I mean, personally, I think she's really going to give just a talk about cleaning everything up, cleaning up just the basketball they're playing. Whether they're playing fast, whether they're playing slow, I think the regardless message of this halftime talk should be is just clean everything up, clean the shots up, clean just all the mistakes up, all the fouls, all the turnovers. If you clean all that up, you are going to be the best basketball team on this court. The Lady Eagles will be the best basketball team on this court if they clean everything up. And that's what I think the talk should be in the locker room at this half. I don't think it's a difference of if they're playing fast or slow. I think it's the mentality they're playing with and just cleaning up what they need to clean up and get the job done.
I agree. It's fixing all those little things that they keep messing up on. Passing to the wrong team, not looking at who you're passing to. Little things like that just need to be cleaned up, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So Hillcrest Hornets 26, Nixa Lady Eagles 20. Hillcrest up by 6 going into the half. We will be back after this halftime break in 7 minutes. And we are back after a very action-packed first half. We are sorry if the scoreboard did not work for you guys. Our scorebot must have got unconnected, but it should be working now. And straight out the gate for three, Serenity Johnson, and that is just short, but Moore has the ball up top now. Shockley in the corner, working on Teeter, gets around her, but finds a pass to Johnson, and Johnson saved the ball. Great pass to Moore, and that is good for three. What a play by Johnson right there, getting to that out-of-control pass by Shockley and making a great pass to Moore for the assist for three. And Ferguson will just take it herself and gets blocked by Parlett. So now Johnson driving fast down the court, finds Young, drives around her, passes it out to Moore. Moore swings it to Shockley. Shockley driving, no good. On the jumper, and it looks like the ball was out on Ferguson.
Oh, I thought they called a foul. I couldn't.
See, I thought Ferguson got fouled, like it was just out on Ferguson.
Say she grabbed her face like she got fouled, but I wasn't too sure.
The inbound from Shockley, something happened to it. And Wood tries to grab it, but they call something of Wood's out of bounds. So now Shockley will go to inbound the ball again. Shockley. And we are back. Sorry about that. We had a few technical difficulties over here on our end, and we're working on fixing them. We are pretty sure we fixed it. We're trying to get that scoreboard back up. You did not miss much. The Hornets called a timeout. The Lady Eagles have quite a bit of momentum right now. It's 32-29 Hillcrest. It's only a 3-point game. The Lady Eagles are fighting to get back into this game. Gwen Kubik picked up her 4th foul. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Jamira Parlett got 2 free throws, and she missed them both.
Yeah, no, the internet disconnected from the YOLO, so we lost the stream for a second.
But now we are back and going. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in this 3rd period. 3-point game. Hillcrest is up with the ball. Shockley looking for somewhere to go with the ball at the top of the key. Screen by Parlett did not do much. And the pass by Shockley was hit by Ferguson, but Shockley got it back and is now driving in. Shockley's back out to Johnson. Johnson finds Summers in the corner. Summers now driving to the top of the key. Ferguson is all over Summers. Summers gets it off to Moore. And great defense by the Lady Eagles right now. Addie Ruffin there to block the pass from Moore to Shockley out of bounds. Ferguson all over whoever has the ball up top, and then the other Lady Eagles just come in and help when they try to pass it away. Great defense so far, and Moore will go for a drive, and she misses. And Parlett.
No Eagles even
We have
jumped
seen
with her.
that many times. Parlett with the rebound and the putback for 2. Ferguson driving in for 2, and it falls. What a shot by Ferguson right there. 31-34, Hillcrest is up by 3. Big pass by Shockley. Parlett out to Moore, and Moore will miss the wide open 3. Rebounded by Ruffin. Ruffin now trying to break the press by Moore, and Summers passes it up to Wood. Wood out to Ferguson for 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Parlett, but a great job by Teeter to get that ball to Ruffin from off the floor. Ferguson now driving, passes it to Teeter inside, and she does get the foul call. Just great job overall by the Lady Eagles hustling during that whole play.
I'm gonna say good hustle, making sure to get the ball back.
Brooke Teeter's first free throw is good, narrowing the deficit down to 2. Hillcrest 34, Nixa 32. And this is looking to be a really close game coming down to the end. With only 10 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in this whole game. Pass up to Summers in the corner. Summers looking to go somewhere with the ball. Finds Parlett inside, and a great job by Teeter to get that ball loose. And Ferguson will get the loose ball. Ferguson driving in on 2 defenders. Doesn't get it to fall. But a lot of girls fighting for the ball down in the paint after that Ferguson layup. And ultimately it led to a jump ball, I'm pretty sure. So it will be Lady Eagles ball under their own basket. Nash gets the ball from the inbound. Ruffin, wide open, does not take the shot and passes it away. But then Shockley was falling out of bounds and passed it away herself.
I'll say Ruffin wide open on the wing. No defender in sight.
I mean,
Passed it right to.
It's almost like she was acting like she's not a three-point shooter right there. She didn't even take the look. She just kind of let herself be open and pass it away.
That was a pass-first option, I think.
Yeah, and Ruffin tries to take a little floater but overshoots it. 1-point game right now after those free throws by Teeter. Moore now with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it to a corner for Summers. Summers for 3, no good. Brooke Teeter driving down, finds Nash for an open layup, and it is good.
Good finish by Nash.
That
right
puts
there.
the Lady Eagles in the lead by 1. Johnson now bringing the ball down the court, driving in. Ball jarred loose by Ruffin, but they will call a foul on Ruffin. And what a great job by the Lady Eagles playing this fast-paced basketball and taking the lead back. 35-34, Nixa.
I forget, did the fouls reset every
period?
Yes, they do. And what a shot by Nevaeh Shockley with the and one in the paint.
You don't see that one too often, passing it off the back of the defender right in front of you.
And then getting the and one. Like, what a play.
Hornets opting to have their guards in the paint, hoping to get their bigs back on defense, I guess.
That'd be the best guess, because I have no clue why you put your smallest people on rebound duty, but they trust Shockley enough, and she delivers.
Oh, it just put him in better position for the press when she made it. I like it.
Especially if you're that confident in Shockley to make those. I think that's the play. Ruffin now with the ball. They broke the press. Ferguson up top with the ball, looking for somewhere to go. Finds an open Wood. Wood driving in between the two tallest defenders and does not go in. Parlett with the rebound. Shockley now bringing the ball down the court. Passes it over to Sanaya Johnson. Back to Shockley. Shockley finds more for three, and it is no good. And Summers with the rebound.
Eagles need that rebound right there.
Especially letting the smallest person on the court out-hustle you. Because that's just a great hustle play by Summers right there. Ruffin on Johnson. Johnson with a nice little lay, but it does not go in.
Johnson switched to the left to try to hit that one.
I mean, that was a really nice layup by Sanaya Johnson. It just couldn't fall. So the ball was jarred loose and hit out of bounds by the Hornets. Lady Eagles now have the ball with 37 seconds left in this third period. Down by 2. Some points here would be very crucial for the Lady Eagles.
I would
offense.
assume they're trying to go last shot.
Ferguson moving on Johnson. Great moves. Ruffin with the open jump shot. Just off. Rebound by Johnson. Sanaya Johnson. Sanaya Johnson to Moore. Moore with the ball at the top of the key. 10 seconds left. Over to Johnson. Johnson tries to pass it in, but great defense by Brooke Teeter. And now lead to a jump ball.
I said I think that would be their last shot, but I guess I'm used to Blancett coaching Heat with 40 seconds left. Every single time he'll just say one shot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would have hurt the Lady Eagles to hold it and try to get a shot off on that last possession, but now Hillcrest has a chance with 4 seconds left and the ball under their basket to make it. So I believe Nixa called the timeout, and we'll be back after this short break. And we are back after that short break timeout. Sanaya Johnson passing it in. 4 seconds left. Hornets trying to run a play. Sanaya Johnson can't find anyone. Finds Shockley. Back to Johnson. And it looks like Teeter will just fall on the ball for the period to end. So we are now through 3 periods of basketball. Hillcrest 37, Nixa 35. Great job by both of these teams being very aggressive. Making each basket be earned by, like, I mean, how would you say on the defense, Kale? Like, getting a basket at this point in the game is just like you have to perfectly execute some, because we're not seeing a lot of points. We're seeing more back and forth defensive type things.
I do, yeah. That's a big part. Getting open looks is hard in this game. Not a lot of open looks have been seen. So getting a shot to fall is probably going to be a contested shot, and they're going to be it's going to be who can get more of the contested shots to go in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So we will be back after this short break. Hillcrest 37, Nixa 35. 8 minutes left to play in this game. And we are back after that break. Fourth period now starting. Very intense basketball going on by both of these teams. Hillcrest is up by 2 right now, but the Lady Eagles have the ball.
I know it's early in the season, but these close games are what gets you ready for that postseason play, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree more myself, Kale. These games are huge when it comes to working towards the postseason, and this is the best practice you'll get.
I was about to say, the blowouts, fun and all, but these are the games you really need to perfect your craft for later in the season.
Yes, so Teeter goes up and misses the shot, but Wood rebounds and gets fouled. So that'll be Lady Eagles' ball underneath their own basket. That'll be Moore's first foul of the game. Ferguson looking for somewhere to go with it. Pass was tipped away, but Ruffin got it, and Nash with a deep 3, and it almost went in.
No Eagle defenders even in the paint to get a rebound right there.
Yeah, and a pass by Shockley right into Teeter's hands really helps the Lady Eagles right here. But Teeter just passes it right behind Ferguson, and that ball goes rolling out of bounds.
Those are those small errors that add up in the long run that we've been talking about all day.
And this game is moving fast. It's already been a minute into this first period, and I feel like we just started.
I feel like it just started as well.
Shockley driving in now, and she will be falling out of bounds. Great defense by Taylor Wood. Summers not the tallest on the court, and Taylor Wood just towering over her takes that ball from her. Nash looking at the shot, but does not take it at the three-point line. Passes it to Teeter, but that is taken by Summers. Nevaeh Shockley will now slow the ball game down. And she's at the top of the key around the volleyball line. Passes it in the corner to Johnson. Johnson to Moore at the wing. Moore dribbles around. Nash playing good defense, good aggressive defense. Shockley open 3 look, and it's no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson dribbling around, looking for someone to pass it to. She's trapped, and that should be 5 seconds. Oh my goodness. That might be the longest 5 seconds I've ever seen.
I always think that during basketball games, but they do count. They have to, they count super slow.
Yeah,
if not,
I mean,
there'd be a lot of 5-second calls.
And a great job by Hillcrest coach right there calling that timeout before the 5-second call. Obviously, Sanaya Johnson had nowhere to pass to. Addie Ruffin just kind of towered over her, and just a great job by Addie Ruffin getting her in that position, but then just a better job by the Hillcrest coach. So we will be back after this short break. Your score, Hillcrest 37, Nixa 35. And we are back after that timeout by the Hornets. Hornets have the ball under their own basket. 6:09 left to play, and the clock took forever to start. But Summers will sink the 3. It's now 40-35. Eagles need to make something happen here. Wood driving and slips and falls, and the pass is broken up by Moore. Moore driving in on Teeter, and she gets the basket to fall. This is not looking good for the Lady Eagles. They are down by 7. And there's another timeout call. Great timeout call by Coach Talbert. You could really tell the Hillcrest Hornets were taking all the momentum away from them after that 3, and then a turnover led to another 2. I mean, that's just to the point you have to call that timeout.
I was about to say, getting the 3 to fall was huge for the Hornets. They haven't had many 3s fall this game. So seeing that one go in gave them a lot of momentum, I feel like.
Yes, so we'll be back after this short break. 5 minutes and 44 seconds left in this fourth period. Hillcrest 42, Nixa 35. And we are back. Hillcrest Hornets with all the momentum, up 7 with 5 minutes and 44 seconds left to play. Lady Eagles ball. Ferguson is going to try to break the press. Passes it to Wood. Wood now working on Moore. Wood at the top of the key. Screen from Young. Wood out to Ferguson for 3, and it's just off. Man, at this point, I feel like they can't really catch a break, Kale. Like, that was a great shot by Ferguson, and it just, like, hit the rim 3 times and just jarred out.
They got good shot selection right now. They just need to keep it up, and hopefully they fall.
And they can't get discouraged by those shots because that was just a great shot and should have fallen, but it's not the way it bounced. Moore in the corner for 3, and it is no good. Rebounded by Nash and Johnson, and that'll be a jump ball. Hornets now get the ball under their own basket. Little under 5 minutes left in this fourth period.
The Eagles are going to need to go on a little bit of a run here to think about being back in it before 2-minute mark.
And I think it's very doable with if they just clean it up and play how they are used to playing and how they normally play. Wood pressuring Moore at the top of the key. Moore's pass wasn't great to Shockley. Shockley is called on the double dribble.
Good defense by Celia Young right there. Doesn't get the foul drawn on him, but she does end up getting a double dribble.
Celia Young will now bring the ball down the court, passes it up to Wood. Wood driving in, passes it out to Teeter, up to Young for 3. It is good! And that's just the start to this comeback the Lady Eagles need. 42-38 Hillcrest. Press up. Moore at the wing. Johnson up top, passes it to Shockley. Wood stepping up on Shockley. Shockley over to Johnson. Johnson driving, doesn't know where to go with the ball. Finds Moore open for 3, and that's not who you want to see open. And that 3 is good.
You know, from what I've seen in blue and gold and pink and white, that college 3-point line
3 for Karis Ferguson. No good.
has a different color to it, and they all are standing behind the college line and don't realize it, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. Because that's so much farther.
I'm about to say, but it's just because the court's a different color, it's darker, so it's more distinguished. So they're like, okay, if I shoot it from here, I know it's a 3. If you're in front of it, you don't really know where you're at on the court.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Taylor Wood with it up top. Risky pass to Ferguson, made it there. Ferguson driving, good for 2. Lady Eagles down 5 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play. Johnson weaving through traffic, finds Shockley. Young up on Shockley. He's getting a little handsy, no foul call though. Shockley passes it right to Ferguson in the paint. Ferguson slowing it down. Now Young will drive and take it herself and get the foul call. That'll send Sealy Young to the line to shoot 2 free throws. These are some big free throws. Makes both of them, makes it a 1-possession game.
You're so right. Free throws have been, like we've said from the start, we knew this game was going to be tight. We knew this game would come down to free throws. This is a moment to see if we can capitalize on this.
And if Hillcrest made even half the free throws that they missed, they'd be up by way more. And something's happening.
They thought she was shooting 1, but because they let the sub come in on the first one, sub has to come in on the second one. So they were only going to give Sealy 1 free throw.
Okay.
So the ref with the ball said, you have 1 free throw, so they let the sub come in.
That one's short. And now the sub gets to come in, and Sealy Young will now have to shoot for 1 free throw. Her second free throw is good. Lady Eagles pressed up. Johnson trapped already. She's driving through, but I mean, good defense by the Lady Eagles. Johnson just aggressive when she's dribbling the ball, kind of nudges into him, and she's going to get that foul call every time in her favor. Moore will now pass it in. Eagles on a pressing up. Shockley back to Moore. Moore trapped, kind of chucks it up, and Johnson's there. Johnson finds the other Johnson, and that's actually a really good kick ball by Gwen Kubik.
I was trying to multitask, and
I actually really like that play by Gwen Kubik. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Either take the kick ball or have the girl behind you get the open layup. I honestly really like that call. Because it's hard to beat a 1-on-2, and if you can just make it to where they have to pass it in and your whole team can help, do it that way. And the inbounder finds Serenity Johnson for 2.
I was say it was a jump ball between Kubik and someone else, and then they both tipped it and ended up just falling right into the hands of Johnson.
2-possession game. Lady Eagles, Ferguson throws it away. Johnson now driving. Wood swatted. And it tips off Johnson, and they're giving it to the Lady Eagles. Oh, my goodness.
What a good play right there. Not drawing the foul, getting the block.
And somehow getting the ball. Lots of boos coming from this Hillcrest crowd, but
they've been involved in the game all night. Emotions are going to run high in this close of a game for them.
I don't know how that just happened. For 2, Brooke Teeter, no good. Shockley dribbling through traffic, 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, and a wide open layup, and Gwen Kubik tries to get back and fouls her for the and 1.
I don't like that play there. You're way behind her. I think you just let her.
I think you let her, especially after fumbling the ball. For a second, I didn't think she'd get the shot up because she fumbled the ball. But Hillcrest is slowly trying to take away this game. And that's Gwen Kubik's 5th foul of the game. And that's a big loss for the Lady Eagles.
I was say I didn't even know she had 4. That's a big loss.
But at the same time, I feel like the Lady Eagles still have quite a bit of size on this team. Now, I think it'll be good to have Addie Ruffin in there for her 3-point abilities. And that free throw is no good. Off.
I was looking at rosters.
Wood. It looked like Johnson double tipped it out of bounds, and they called it on Wood. So that'll be Hornets ball underneath their own basket. I don't know how that happened, but it's kind of like the Wood block. Shockley passing it in, finds Serenity Johnson, and she's in for 2.
Eagles are going to need to get something going here.
It is not looking good for the Lady Eagles. And they find Teeter in the paint, and she misses. Jump ball, though. And that'll give the Eagles back the ball. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Sorry about that. 10-point lead for Hillcrest. Ferguson finds Teeter. Teeter thinks about the three, then drives. Misses the layup. Wood will try to put it back in. No good. Wood with her own rebound. Ferguson swings it to Young. Young out to Ruffin for three, and it's good.
That's what you were talking about, that three-point shooting from Ruffin.
Lady Eagles down by only 7. 3-possession game. What can they do in a minute and 52 seconds? We will be back.
This is going to be a really long minute and 52 seconds.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I'm going to bet many fouls, many free throws, many timeouts. We're still in for a good one, Kale.
I think you're right. I think we're going to see a lot more action in this.
We will be back after this break. Hillcrest 51, Nixa 44, minute 52 seconds left in this game. And we are back after that short break. Hillcrest will get the ball on the other side of the court of their basket. Nevaeh Shockley will pass in this ball.
Hillcrest coming into this game looking for something to prove because they got the second to last seed being the 7th seed in this tournament. They want to prove everyone wrong. They want to say that, no, we should have been a higher seed.
Serenity Johnson passes it right to Brooke Teeter. Brooke Teeter's going to take the 2-on-1 and misses a layup. And that's a jump ball. No, it is not. It's a foul call. They call a foul. I don't know if that's the smartest decision by Teeter right there. I think you should have just slowed it down.
Did they give it to Young or Teeter?
They gave it to
yeah, but I thought it was on
Young. Foul call was on Young. That is her 4th. And that will be very bad if Young goes out because she is one of the 3-point shooters. Shockley can't find anywhere to pass it to. Stolen by Ferguson. Passes it to Shockley. Teeter wide open, and that's 2 points for Brooke Teeter.
Good ball.
Minute 30 left, 51-46, 5-point game. And that's a really soft foul call. I cannot believe it.
You said it earlier though. The refs wanted the game to be clean. They're gonna call some questionable touchy fouls, but overall they've called it pretty reasonably both ways with that touch.
Yeah, I can agree. Nevaeh Shockley will pass it in. They will just throw it up to Moore. Moore misses the open layup, and Young tries to come down with the rebound but couldn't and knocks it out of bounds. Minute 21 seconds left. It's only been about 20 seconds since that timeout, Kale. Shockley can't find anywhere to throw it, but finds Johnson. Throws it out to Moore. Moore trapped. Sanaya Johnson for 3, and it's good. And that's what can't happen. Wide open threes.
This place is erupting every time they score a basket.
Brooke Teeter will take it herself, get fouled, and it is no good. 2 shots at the line for Brooke Teeter.
Nixa needs some of those to go in, though, and make it a 3-point play instead of just 2. That's her 5th, I think.
Oh, yeah, that is Jamira Parlett's 5th foul, so she will go to the bench. Minute and 2 seconds left, 8-point game.
That's a big loss for the Hornets. She gets a lot of rebounds for them.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. And Brooke Teeter will sink her first free throw, making it a 7-point game. Can she make it a 2-possession game? She can't.
Foul called on the Hornets.
Huh.
Holding foul. What's that called? Is that a holding? When they have a fist and they grab the wrist? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. I honestly understand why the Hornets are upset, because what I saw from here were 2 Hornets players rebounding that ball. Unless something happened before that, which I think that's what's happening, is something happened before the 2 Hornets players.
Refs are talking about it. You can't really overturn this now. Refs trying to give the Hornets player a reason of why this was called here.
And Taylor Wood is saying, yes, she grabbed me. Yes, she was holding me. So I don't see how they can even reverse this call if they want to.
They keep pointing at the scoreboard. I don't understand.
And that's bonus free throws for Taylor Wood. So this is huge. Serenity
Why is she pointing at the scoreboard
Johnson
repeatedly?
is not happy.
Am I confused?
Oh, they are saying that the wrong team has bonus. Taylor Wood should not be shooting. But Nixa also has bonus at 1 foul. So if Nixa fouls again, they have bonus shots. But now any foul from now on, the Lady Eagles have bonus shots. So Taylor Wood is here to shoot for 2. And she sinks the first one.
These are big free throws. I don't really understand what everyone was arguing about. We're up here, we can't really tell. But
And she sinks them
works out
both.
for the Eagles.
Minute and 1 second left to play. Bad pass goes straight to Young's arms. Young will dive on the ball. And what?
Timeout called.
And timeout called. Great timeout call by Talbert right there. Celie Young making the aggressive play, breaking up the pass, and then jumping on the ball.
I think coming out of this, you look for the 3. If the 3's not there, drive in, try to get a foul drawn, because either way you're getting 2 shots.
I agree. I think you either be aggressive, drive in the paint here, or you I say you honestly make a play to get an open 3 shot.
Get the open 3 and try to draw a foul on the rebound for shots after
Or
that.
even if that 3 shot's not there, whoever gets that shot opportunity, drive in, make them make a play.
I agree.
But I think right here it is crucial to get points on the board, put it to an easy 1-possession game. It is a 5-point game right now. A 3 would make it only 2.
We do got a lot of our shooters on the court. Basically all of our shooters.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the lineup you need right now, if we're being honest.
See what they drew up, see what they're looking for here.
Looking for Taylor Wood. Taylor Wood driving, but loses the ball. That is not good. Jump ball will be called.
I think that's a Hornets ball.
No, I believe. Yeah, it is the Hornets ball. 51 seconds left. The Lady Eagles could not execute on that big opportunity.
At what point do you start fouling in this game?
I think,
After this?
yeah.
Go for the
40
shot.
seconds left. You got to hurry something up. Yep, I like that pass. Go aggressive, and 1 is no good.
Right after these free throws, you got to start fouling, in my opinion.
And foul the right person. I'd say almost leave.
They're going to try to get it to a guard right off the bat, though. And
I'd say
that's who you
leave
don't want to foul.
Bryson open, let her get it and foul her. She hasn't been in the game much as these other 4. She could be a little cold, you know? So I think that's where you, personally, who I'd start off with.
Not a bad take.
And also, you need to know who can foul. Like Young 4
cannot
fouls.
Foul.
Oh,
They're going for the trap.
and
That's a good foul.
I like that foul by Addie Ruffin. Going for the ball, but gets the reach-in foul. And, I mean,
30 seconds.
It's
Gotta
not
play
the
aggressive.
worst person you could put to the line is Sanaya Johnson. I think the worst right now would be Nevaeh Shockley or Lily Moore. Both of them are pretty hot right now, especially from the free throw lines. Sanaya Johnson's first free throw attempt is no good. It's a 4-point game. Or 5-point game, sorry.
Gonna have to make something quick.
5-point game, got to go down and just score. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3. Her second is no good. Leaves it a 5-point game. 6-point game would have been definitely a harder comeback. And a great poke out.
Shot's going to need to go up.
And they need to pass it. Ruffin, great shot. And it's good. And they need to foul fast. Oh,
Silly.
No foul called. Jump ball.
Jump ball.
Jump ball.
That's an Eagles ball.
And that's Eagles ball. 7 seconds left. Down by 3. Lady Eagles have something to prove here.
Hillcrest
They need to prove
in.
they're the better team. They are ranked the better team, but so far it's been all the Hornets.
Need a 3 and 1 foul.
I'd say your best bet is a 3 right now. And
Give it to
Addie
Ruffin.
Ruffin.
Celia Young.
Celia Young for 3. It is no good.
Get it.
And they don't foul on
No
the 2.
foul call.
And that will be the game. Buzzer beater by Brooke Teeter, but no foul call. The Hornets will upset the Nixa Lady Eagles by 1 point at the very end. Very hard fought by both teams. I mean, the Lady Eagles had a chance. They had a chance to tie it there at the end. They had many chances to take the lead, many opportunities to narrow the score down before it was in the 50s. And they couldn't do it.
Both Nixa teams, men and women, came into their tournament being the 1 seed because everyone around Missouri knows how good both women and our men's team is. And every team wants to beat them. So they're going to play their best game. And Bolivar for the men's came out, played their hearts out, ended up winning on a buzzer beater. The Hornets came out from the gate, pressing, getting open shots, and it looked like they were unstoppable the whole game.
So, wow, what a heartbreaker the Lady Eagles just went through. I mean, they made an amazing play at the end, got the jump ball. They didn't even have to foul, so it could stay a 3-point game. Like, that's the biggest play you could have made right there is that jump ball, and you did it. You executed that. But you did not execute after that. The last 7 seconds of the game were the most important 7 seconds. Nothing else before that mattered at that point. And to fall at the end by, yes, you made a shot, but that shot is not worth enough to send this game to overtime. That's just heartbreaking for the Lady Eagles.
That is. Lady Eagles will play tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. back here at Drury.
Yeah, make sure you tune into that game. That'll be their 3rd pink and white game. Just a bad upset. Lady Eagles falling to the Hornets.
What you got to think? There's got to be some positives in there. Those games, sometimes you lose the close ones, and you got to learn from them. You got to learn what you did wrong in that game and take it into the next close game that you play. So hopefully you win that one.
So what a eventful day of basketball from the Lady Eagles and the Lady Hornets. And the Hornets will take this one in the pink and white quarterfinals, correct? I believe it's the quarterfinals.
Yes, it is quarter.
So Hornets upset the Lady Eagles in the quarterfinals. And that'll be the end of the Lady Eagles' run for first place in this pink and white tournament. And the Hornets will get their chance to make it a Cinderella story.